Welcome back to another Out of the Park video. So Out of the Park has just released their Out of the Park 23 trailer. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds long. I'm just going to go through it and give you my reactions. Right up front, it looks like there are some cool things that were added to the game this year. Of course, a preview that's a 1 minute and 12 second trailer, just like for a movie trailer, you're not going to get, you're going to be like, well, what does this mean? What does that mean? Well, I think we'll get more of that on the road to the release. I know Marcus is talking with Scott Braun from MLB Network, who did the voice, I think, for this preview trailer. So yeah, I think we'll get more details on a lot of these things. So a lot of little nuggets they're leaving out there for us in this preview. So I'm going to play through it, and I'm just going to pause at different points because at times there's different text on the screen that comes and goes real quick. I've only watched it twice, so I just watched it real quick, and then I kind of paused it as it went through to try to get a feel for some of the text on the screen at times. If you're new to this channel, you can I do Out of the Park stuff here, so you can subscribe if you'd like. In the description, there's a link to my Patreon where you can get additional Out of the Park content and additional baseball content. But anyways, let's jump into it here. I think the computer audio will be pretty low here for you guys. Okay, lots of logos. I do like their logo. I love the blue and yellow. So, season of more. So yeah, so more 3D animation updates. I don't know if that means I'm imagining that means like your catcher won't go under the stands to get balls and things like that. That sometimes happens, or maybe it'll be more accurate, a more accurate reflection of what's going on in the live play-by-play. I don't know. That doesn't. I know that bothers some people, and I can appreciate why it does. That doesn't bother me as much, but I'm all for updated 3D animations, even though I only really play out postseason games, so it's not a big thing for me. But last year I didn't really think I was going to care that much about the upgrades to the stadium and the visuals and how everything looked, but I ended up thinking it was great. Even if it doesn't impact the way I play the game the most, it's still it was a cool update, and it made the game look more professional, I guess, so to speak, more modern. Modern's probably a better word. Professional makes it sound like it was unprofessional before, and that's not right. It's just it was more of a text-based game forever and ever, and they're trying to improve the 3D animations here. So center fielder makes a nice diving catch. Sortable team stats. This is cool. So here in your statistics page, you'll be able to sort by teams, it looks like, and you have all your filters. I'm wondering, I'd imagine you'll be able to customize this. Just like you can customize menus for players and your player pages and your team page for your players. I'm imagining you'll be able to put runs, run differential, things like that here. So that'll be cool. I'm a big fan of that. That is, to see kind of, you can look at your team rank under the team info page, but to be able to see how close you are to other teams and all that, I'm a fan of this. That's something I'm looking forward to using. Let's see. Search filter tag in game news. I'm thinking that's what they mean right here. Instead of the checkboxes, maybe you can just search and filter. So that way, what I think this would mean is, when you filter it normally with the checkboxes, you can't go back and look at old news that are outside of your filters, right? Your checkboxes. But I think with this, you can probably just filter it when you want. And if you're like, oh, well, let me see what I missed last year on thing X that I didn't have filtered, you can then go back and see it. I'm imagining. So that's cool. I don't pay a ton of attention to news outside of player things on my team. Yeah, but it's cool to be able to have the custom. It's more customizable and more flexible. So that's always good in my opinion. So you'll have more. So they'll tell you what screens mean. It looks like they'll link to tutorial videos. I think the ones that Alex has been putting up. So that's cool because there is one thing I've learned from posting this game on YouTube is that people come to YouTube to learn about the game. There's definitely a huge learning curve. I kind of accidentally stumbled upon posting tutorial videos during the pandemic and found that there was a need for it. and I think probably they know there's a need for it too. So it's cool that they're doing official stuff this year. Alex always puts together really good videos and really informative videos. So anything you can do to make the learning curve easier for people, I think is great. More authenticity on the field. So they've got the Guardians new stuff. I don't really know what that means beyond that. So this is cool. Full 2022 rosters and rules. So I imagine all the rule changes from the lockout, thanks owners, will be updated here, including like the arbitration, the minimum salary, all those things I'm thinking should be updated. Obviously, like the new playoff system should be in there. They're on May 28th here, and Tatis has 4.9 WAR, so he's on pace for what, like almost 15 WAR probably. That's crazy. That's awesome, man. I hope that guy can stay healthy after he comes back. Franmil Reyes, go out and get him when you get the game, huh? Go trade for Luis Arias and Franmil Reyes, and you'll have it made. So, well, Justin, is that just? Oh, Trey Turner down there having a good season. Okay, all right, let's go on. So I don't think anything here is different. I think, yeah. Okay, I was just looking at like this menu, the rules page. It looks like everything's the same on this page, I think. Yeah. Vastly improved simulation engine. So this is something we'll have to wait until Marcus speaks with Scott Braun to find out what this means. But that's awesome that they, you know, I think the simulation engine of this game is great. So I'm really curious to see what changes they made. Obviously, not something we're going to know more about in just a 1-minute preview. So this is interesting. New catcher framing model. So I wonder what this is going to mean, because, you know, while catcher framing hasn't been like directly in the game, I think the catcher ability has kind of always been something that I considered something that encompassed catcher framing. So it looks like there's something going to be explicitly about catcher framing this year. It'll be interesting to see how that affects catcher ability, the simulation engine. How, you know, again, this is another thing where there's not going to be enough time in a little preview, a little trailer, to tell you what it's about. But I will be interested to hear what Marcus has to say about the new catcher framing model when he talks to Scott Braun. So all new daily lineup options. They actually put this out. I think somebody sent me the tweet, maybe. So there are the 7-day lineups. There's more customization allowed. You'll have to speak to somebody who uses the 7-day lineups to know what the changes are. I actually don't use those. I think they're actually really handy. I just, like, from a time perspective, choose to do it differently just here with like the depth chart. You know, this game, you could spend as much time as you want playing this game, and there are just some things where I like set limits and don't do it. So I don't use it, but, you know, again, like I said earlier, more customization is always great, always welcome. More team strategies. Yeah, I'm not sure if anything's different here. I generally leave, maybe it's these here. Defense and substitution. No, I think all that's normally there. So, yeah, I generally leave most of these strategies to my manager, unless he's like huge on sack bunts or something. I generally don't take over the strategies. I take over the lineups, but not the strategies. Oh, you can do starting pitchers max pitch count. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Instead of having to do it for each pitcher. Cool. All right. So we'll have to see what more of the strategies are. And some of you who are manage game by game and are more into your team strategy might see things here that I don't see that are new. I'm not really sure. The new shop player feature, I did a video on this earlier this week, I think, a few days ago, and it's awesome. Basically, you've got multiplayer packages you can do. There's way more customization. You can ask them to include more than one player. You know, if they want another player of yours that'll make the deal happen, you can put that in there. So yeah, you can go check out that video on my channel if you want to see more about my thoughts on this. But I think this is great. I think that's a tremendous upgrade. Updated scouting report calculations. I think we're going to have to wait for the game to know more about this because I don't see anything here that's different. What's it? Contact, power, the potential, and the current. The little narrative here. Yeah, the layout of the page looks the same, so we'll have to see what they mean by that. Updated player development engine, another thing that we're gonna have to wait for the game, but that's awesome. Anything, so many of us play this game. Baseball is such a prospect. I don't know, like prospects are such a big part of baseball and your farm system. It's such a big part of managing a team. So anything they can do to make the player development engine better, hey, count me in. So this is where a bunch of text hits you at once. Online league, there are two things: limited power options, waypoint system. I've never done an online league. I don't think this means they're going to have a server. I think it just means, like, for those of you who do online leagues, the game will have more things. I don't know. You can do ties, apparently. Tons of new customizable or configurable options, which kind of something that I've used the word customizable a few times here. It looks like they are giving more and more customization, which that's what makes this game so great, is how customizable it is. So they'll have the new MLB Draft League, which is cool. I don't know what custom prospect support means. Does that mean... No, that doesn't mean that, like, you can customize, like, your player development to support your prospects, right? I don't know. Again, the intrigue. So the rest of this is Perfect Team, which is not something that I play. I don't have anything against it, and I'm glad they do upgrades to it because some people really like Perfect Team. So yeah, that's cool that they made upgrades to it. So that's the gist of the preview. And my takeaway is that basically I think there's a lot here that I want to know more about, which is the point of a trailer, right? Get people intrigued, pique people's interest. So I'll be really interested to hear more about those things, like the catcher framing, the player development engine, the new upgrades to the simulation engine. So yeah, I'm interested. I want to hear more. Feel free, let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments, what you're looking forward to. If you're disappointed that they upgraded Perfect Team because you don't play it, I don't really care. No, I'm just saying, like, people enjoy playing the game that way. Just like the upgrade to the stadium. Like, that means something to some people, and just because it doesn't to me doesn't mean that, like, I'm disappointed they did it. I think it's great that they try to do things to please different people, and they continue to upgrade the part of the game that I like year over year. I think they make great improvements to the base game, so I'm happy. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you in the next video.